Matthew 22. And Jesus answered and spoke again in parables to them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is likened to a certain king, who made a marriage feast for his son, and sent on his servants to call them that were invited to the marriage feast, but they would not come. Again he sent other servants, saying, Tell them that we're invited. Look, I have made ready my dinner. My oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready. Come to the marriage feast. But they made light of it and went their ways, one to his farm, another to his business, while the rest seized his servants, treated them shamefully, and killed them. The king was angry, and he sent his armies and destroyed those murderers and burnt their city. Then he said to his servants, The wedding is ready, but they that were invited were not worthy. Therefore go to the main roads, and as many as you shall find, invite them to the marriage feast. And those servants went out into the highways and gathered together as many as they found, both bad and good, and the wedding was filled with guests. But when the king entered to see the guests, he saw there a man who was not wearing a wedding garment. He said to him, Friend, how did you come in here without a wedding garment? And he was speechless. Then the king said to the servants, Bind him hand and foot, and throw him outside into the darkness, where there shall be the weeping and the gnashing of teeth. For many are called, but few chosen. Then the Pharisees went and plotted how they might trap him in his talk. And they sent to him their disciples, along with the Herodians, saying, Teacher, we know that you are true and teach the way of God in truth, and care not for anyone, for you regard not the person of men. Tell us, therefore, what you think. Is it lawful to give tribute to Caesar or not? But Jesus perceived their wickedness and said, Why do you test me, you hypocrites? Show me the tribute money. And they brought him a denarius. And he said to them, Whose is his image and superscription? They said to him, Caesar's. He then said to them, Therefore give to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's. And when they heard it, they marveled and left him and went away. The same day, Sadducees that say that there are no resurrection came to him, and they asked him, Teacher, Moses said that if a man dies having no children, his brother shall marry his wife and raise up seed to his brother. Now there were with us 7 brothers, and the first married and died having no seed, and thus left his wife to his brother. In like manner, the second also, and the third to the 7th. And after them all, the woman died. In the resurrection, therefore, whose wife shall she be of the 7? For they all had her. But Jesus answered and said to them, You are mistaken, as you neither know the Scriptures nor the power of God. For in the resurrection they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are like the angels in heaven. But as touching the resurrection of the dead, have you not read what was spoken to you by God, saying, I am the God of Abraham and the God of Isaac and the God of Jacob? He is not God of the dead, but God of the living. And when the crowds heard it, they were astonished at his teaching. But when the Pharisees heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence, they gathered together. And one of them, a lawyer, asked him a question, testing him. Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law? And he said to him, You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the great and first commandment. The second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. On those 2 commandments hang the whole law and the prophets. Now while the Pharisees were gathered together, Jesus asked them a question, saying, What do you think of the Christ? Whose son is he? They said to him, The son of David. He said to them, How then does David in the Spirit call him Lord, saying, The Lord said to my Lord, Sit at my right hand until I put your enemies underneath your feet. If David then calls him Lord, how is he his son? And no one could say a word in reply. From that day, nobody dared to ask him any other questions.